I'll praise to you. How about Shimmy or Habashai? Give me Proverbs 3 and 1. Actually, give me Deuteronomy 10 and verse number 12. Let me show you what we got to do, because you said, what do we have to do to get up out of this situation that we're in, right?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now, Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee?
See, that's what we have to do. We have to do whatever the Lord requires us to do. Do you know what he requires us to do? Huh? Hey, that's all we down bad out here, man. Read it.
But to fear the Lord,
what do we have to do?
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart.
That's what we got to do. We got to serve the Lord and walk in all his ways. We got to keep the commandments and believe in him. No other way works. Black Lives Matter doesn't work. The damn what is that? The Black Panthers didn't work. Malcolm X didn't work. Michael Luther King didn't work. The violence interrupters that walking around like they doing something, that doesn't work. They'll walk right past a bunch of niggas on the corner doing dope and selling drugs and won't even say nothing to you. But what's up? Hey, that doesn't work. You got to teach our people their nationality and teach them who their God is and what their God requires of them. That's how you fix our people. That's why the so-called white man, anything that he has his hand in is for our destruction. He has his hand in Black Lives Matter. A white man funds that. His name is George Soros. He's a billionaire. He funds. How's a white man funding Black Lives Matter? What is Black Lives Matter for?
For black people who get killed.
For black people that get killed. So why? By who? By what people? Give me that. Zechariah 11 and 5. By who? You know that's in the Bible. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. We get killed by white folks, right? So why is a white man funding that organization? The same people that's killing us.
Because when niggas kill each other, it's not Black Lives Matter.
Come on. So why is a white man, George Soros, why is he funding Black Lives Matter? And how come Black Lives Matter made billions of dollars but never gave $1 to the so-called blacks? What have they ever done for us? Nothing. Honestly, Black Lives Matter is nothing but a bunch of homosexuals and lesbians. You can go look it up for yourself. The people that run Black Lives Matter are LGBTs. So what can they do for our people? They can't do nothing. Black Lives Matter never told you that you was an Israelite, huh? And white women. Read.
Zechariah 11 and 5. Whose possessors slay them.
Whose possessors slay us, right? Read.
And hold themselves not guilty.
See that? They hold themselves not guilty when they kill us. They get a slap on the wrist. They get a paid vacation. People don't know that it's called paid leave. When they kill an unarmed black man, a cop gets a paid vacation. He don't have to go to work for months and months and months until the case is over with, but he gets a check every damn week though for slaying our people. And that's in the Bible. We just read it. Keep reading what you got. So anything that's outside of this Bible, it's not gonna work at all. It's not gonna work. All this, let's go talk to them and let's come together and let's go sit down, and it's not gonna work at all. You gotta lean upon your God, not a so-called white man. You can't go to them because they're not for your best interest. They need you to sin so they can be successful. If we don't sin, they're not gonna be successful. It doesn't work. They know that. Remember we read that to you in Jude 5 and 20. Read it again. They know that. They know if them niggas keep the commandments, if they loving each other, that's gonna work against us. Then we're not gonna rule over them anymore. We need to rule over them. And how do we do it? We gotta keep them in sin.
I was on Twitter, right? And I had seen something that said, it was this white guy going up to black people asking if 13 fish were causing 50% of the problems in the pond, what would you do with those 13 fish? And the black people was like responding like, oh, kill the fish, kill the fish.
Yeah. And who's the fish? Us, right?
Yeah, we the fish.
Now check this out. Give me Habakkuk 2 and 12. Now if they never would have stole America, then they wouldn't have to kill us then, right? If they would have stayed their ass over there in Europe in the Caucasus Mountains, we wouldn't even have that problem, would we? Who brought the fish to the pond? Didn't they bring the fish to the pond?
Yo, that's so crazy.
No, they brought us over here to America, right? They say go back to Africa, but didn't you bring us over here? Did you come over here and steal the land and then you brought us over here? See, the so-called white men, they're hypocrites. And God says that over and over in the Bible. Those are the biggest hypocrites on the earth. They tell you go back to Africa. Why don't you go back to Europe? Go back to the Caucasus Mountain. Go back to the caves where you came from. Read.
This is the book of Habakkuk 2, chapter 2, verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
What did they do in America?
Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
Lord said death and destruction to them people that built this town with blood. Because America was built and established with the blood of the black Hispanics and natives. Read.
And establishes a city by iniquity. Behold, it is not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire.
That's good. So they established America by stealing it from the Latinos and natives. And then they came and rounded up the rest of the Israelites, which is the black Jamaicans and Haitians, brought us from the west coast of Africa and brought us over here and they had us picking cotton. So that's a hypocritical thing to say. If the fish is causing trouble, then you got to get rid of it. Well, you put the fish in the pond, and you stole the pond.
My whole narrative was like, okay, but you're talking about the fish making 50% of the problem, but no one's complaining when those same fish have a $1.1 trillion spending advantage.
Let me ask you something. They say that we're causing all these troubles in America. Who's causing trouble all over the earth? Who's dropping bombs on everybody and stealing everybody's land and raping all the women and the children? That's why the Lord said they're hypocrites. How you gonna tell us what we're doing over here in the land that you stole, but you're doing it 10 times worse all over the earth? What about what?
They stole the land from the natives.
That's what we just said.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm probably
Finish reading what you got in Deuteronomy.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12.
There you go.
And let me start at. And now, O Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of
Do what?
To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes which I command thee this day for thy good. Behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens is the Lord's thy God, the earth also with all that therein is. Only the Lord had a delight in thy fathers.
Only what?
Only the Lord had a delight in thy
The Lord
fathers.
said he only had a delight in our fathers. He never dealt with the fathers of the mother nations, right? He said, I only had a delight in your fathers. From the beginning,
Different from these nations.
yeah, he made us all, but he never dealt with them at all in the Bible. He's never dealt with the Edomites, the Elamites, the Ishmaelites, the sons of Ham, the sons of Japheth. He only dealt with our fathers, the Israelites, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
The stronger ones?
No, he just, the Lord made, he set it up like that from the beginning. It's all through predestination. Give me Deuteronomy 7:6. He's gonna tell you why he chose us. But it's all through predestination. It was set up like that. There's no free will. The Lord could do what he wants. I'm gonna show you why the Lord, hold that. I'm gonna show you why the Lord would make us and only choose us over the other nations, right? Read that.
Romans.
Yeah, I got it.
Romans 9:14. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
So I have mercy on whom I will have mercy on.
And I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy. Jump down to 20. Nay, but O man, who art thou that repliest against God? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
Just like a so-called white man, why would you make me to hate? And like you said, why would God make me to choose me? He said, why did you make me like this? Why would you make me to be your chosen? Or if you're a white man, why would you make me to hate me, right? Read.
Have not the potter power over the clay?
The Lord said, doesn't the potter have power over the clay? He's the potter or the clay. Just like if you make a pot or a bowl, right? That bowl can't respond against you. You can do what you want to do with that pottery, right? Because you're the potter. You do what you want to do with it. Read.
Of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor,
One unto honor, the black, Hispanic, and natives,
and another unto dishonor.
the so-called white man, and the rest of the nations. The Lord said they're a vessel made unto dishonor. Read. He made them like that. Read.
What if God, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?
What is the so-called white man?
Fitted to destruction.
What is the African man?
Fitted to destruction.
The Arabs and the East Indians and Chinese?
Fitted to destruction.
They're all just fitted to destruction and made to serve the Israelites. You got more? Yeah, so the Lord does what he wants. I'm going to show you why he chose us, though. Read what you got.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor chose you
He's going to tell you why he chose us. Read.
because you were more in number than any people, for you were the fewest of all people.
He said, I ain't choose you because you were more in number. Shit, you was the fewest of all the people, right? Read.
But because the Lord loved you.
Why did he choose the black, Hispanic, and native?
But because the Lord loved you.
He loves everybody.
Because the Lord loved you.
He said because he loves us. Read.
And because he will keep the oath which he has sworn unto your fathers, have the Lord brought you out of a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of the bondman.
So that's why he chose us, because he loved us. And he made the world for us. Everything in this world was made for us. That's why we're the ones getting punished, because just like if you have children and your child has friends and your child acts up, you're not going to punish his friends. Those are not your children. You're going to punish your children. The Lord, that's why the Lord punishes us. He made them, but they're not his children. The children of God is the Israelites.
Right. So speaking on that, right? When, but you gotta think about it. Philando Castile, did Michael Brown die in 2015?
Can't remember, but we know he died.
Right. But it was a back-to-back killing. But you know Philando Castile.
Yeah,
He
come.
died here. Shot him 7 times in front of his baby, right? Why? And then 5 years later, we get George Floyd, 8 minutes and 46
Remember, we
seconds.
just read that in
He said don't envy
Zechariah 11:5.
Yeah, it say don't envy them, right? But why we don't kill them for that? Why we protesting, like hold signs up? Why we don't give them the same punishment that they give us? Not saying go kill every white person, because we ain't even know that. But I'm just saying, like, why don't we? Why in there's like in the Bible, do it say like that? Like,
Does it say what?
why don't you?
Give me
punish them?
Ecclesiastes 3:1.
Why don't we punish them how they punish us?
Do you want to go to jail? If you take an AK-47 and just start spraying white folks, what you think is gonna happen?
I just told you, like, I'm not hatred towards white people. I'm racist. I'm hatred.
I didn't say you were. I'm answering your question. You said why don't we go around and take them out, right?
But okay, why ain't Dan Chavez dead? Because of George Floyd? You know what I'm saying?
We showed you that because that's the curses.
Okay.
Remember, the Lord, we're under a curse right now. That's why. 3:1.
Ecclesiastes 3:1. Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season.
To everything there is a season. Read.
And a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill.
A time to what?
A time to kill.
A time to kill. Read.
And a time to heal. And a time to break down. And a time to build up. A time to weep. And a time to laugh. A time to mourn. And a time to dance.
So right now is not the time for us to put our hands on them, because it wouldn't be wise. You would jam yourself up trying to put matters into your own hands. And the Lord's going to tell you why. And where he's going to tell you what's going to happen, right? He's going to tell you how we're going to execute this thing. Read.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourself.
Do what?
Avenge not
The
yourself.
Lord said don't avenge yourself. Read.
But rather give place unto wrath, For it is written, vengeance is mine.
What did the Lord say?
Vengeance is mine.
He said, vengeance is mine. So you gotta wait. We gotta wait on the Lord. Give me that in Isaiah. Yeah, 16.
Lord, take it too long, right?
Crazy.
A lot going on. What you mean taking too long?
I'm just talking shit. I don't never real.
Give me Isaiah 66 and 15.
He been
See that though?
killing.
But the Lord said there's a time and a place for that. And he said vengeance is mine. That's gonna be the time where we're gonna round these nations up and put them in slavery.
That's right.
Right now is not the time. Right now is the time to build up our nation, right? Give me Amos 9 and 11 real fast. Because the Lord is raising up the tabernacles of David in the last days. That's why we're out here, trying to build our nation first. It doesn't make sense to come against the so-called white man when we're against each other. How are we gonna go against them when we're against each other?
What happens to my cousins when we do that?
When y'all do what?
What happens to like when we come together and when it's time to kill, right? What happens to my cousins? What happens to my cousins? You know what I'm saying? What happens to
The
their
white
dad?
cousins, you said what's gonna happen to them?
Yeah. Right.
We'll show you in a minute, read it.
What happened to them?
This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 11. In that day will I raise up.
Give me Jeremiah 16 and 16.
In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David.
What is the Lord doing in these last days?
In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
That's what the Lord is doing right now. He's building up the tabernacles of David. We're the tabernacles of David. He's building us up through the Spirit right now. He got us coming out here doing the work and teaching our people and bringing them back into the fold, right, as Israelites. Hey, sis, come get the word. Come get the word for 3 minutes. And we're going to give you a flyer, too. Make sure you get the YouTube before you go, all right? What's your nationality? Your dad? Move over this way. So, so your dad is Dominican? Where you see Dominican on there? Don't go nowhere, brother. Where? What does it say next to Dominican? Huh? Simeon. You're from the tribe of Simeon. Do you know that you're an Israelite? Do you know that we're God's chosen people and God is only dealing with us? He doesn't love all people. You didn't know that? Well, yeah, that's what the Bible is about. Yeah, so we're God's chosen. How do you feel about being God's chosen? Huh? What about the other people though? Because the Lord's only dealing with these people right here. How do you feel about him not dealing with the other people? Hey brother, move over. Y'all move over just a minute.
Like they're not meant to be dealt with.
You said what, sis?
They're not meant to
Say it again on the mic.
They're not meant to be dealt with.
Hey, y'all heard that? The sister said it out. She's in the spirit. She said they're not meant to be dealt with, and she's right. Y'all ain't meant to be dealt with, man. But y'all are gonna get dealt with. Give me that in Jeremiah 16 and 16. We're gonna show you how. Read Revelation 13 and 2.
Jeremiah 16 and 16. Behold, I will send for many fish.
And we're out here fishing for our people. We're fishing for y'all. Just like you go out and fish for fish, we're out here fishing for souls. We're fishing for our people. So y'all can be saved when the Lord comes back, when he destroys America, right? Read.
I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord Yahweh, and they shall fish.
And we're fishing y'all right now, right? We're bringing y'all back to y'all's heritage, back to the truth. Read.
And after will I
Now after this, when the Lord comes back,
and after will I send for many hunters.
what he's gonna have us doing?
Will I send for many hunters.
He's gonna send for hunters. Once we raise our people up and wake them up, and then he's gonna set us up as hunters, right? Read.
And they shall hunt them.
What are we gonna do?
And they shall hunt.
And we're gonna hunt these nations down, right? And I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do to them. Read what you got.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 10.
Give me Isaiah 14 and 1.
And it reads, he that leadeth into captivity shall...
They let all of these people into slavery, the so-called white men in the other nations. They let us into slavery. Read.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
They're gonna go into slavery. Read what you got.
Isaiah 14 and 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land.
See that? The Lord's gonna bring us back home to our land, Israel. That's where we're from, right? We're not from Africa. Read.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
These other nations right here. Read.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them,
We're gonna take them by force.
and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord.
For what?
for servants, and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
They're going to be our slaves. You're going to have handmaids and servants. You're going to be beating them with bull whips. Give me Revelation 2:26. The same thing they did to our forefathers, we're going to do the same thing to them. This is the Bible, the King James Bible, the same one the homosexual pastor got. But he can't read this. Revelation 2:26.
Revelation.
Now you know some of these slaves, they're gonna buck up. They're gonna be like, "Hey, nigga, I'm not picking that cotton." This is what we're gonna do to them if they want to buck up against us, right? Read.
Revelation 2:26.
They did the same thing to our forefathers when they wasn't picking that cotton fast enough. They took our forefathers and foremothers and hung them from the tree and burnt them alive, right? And raped their children in front of them and ate them. Read.
Revelation 2:26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers.
What we gonna do to them nations?
Shall they be broken to shivers.
Break them down with that bullwhip, right? Read.
Even as I received of my father.
So y'all gonna have slaves, but y'all gotta endure. Y'all gotta keep these commandments, man. Give me Proverbs 3:1. You know we gotta keep the commandments. You ever read the Bible? The Lord's not dealing with no church. We are the church. Give me Acts 7:38. It'll show you that the church is not a physical place. 7:38. Then jump to 48 after that.
Acts 7:38.
Actually read 48 first. Then jump to 38.
Acts 7:48. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
What is the church?
The Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
The Lord's not in that church. That's a temple made with hands. You can't build the Lord a house. We are the Lord's house. We are the church. We don't show you that. Read what you got in 38. The church is a people. It's not a place. It's not a building. That's what the so-called white man gave us when they put us in slavery. They made us go to church and worship them and worship white Jesus. Christianity and church is just white supremacy. It's just a system, a religious system to groom you into believing and worshiping so-called white people because they're our slave masters. It's teaching you to be an obedient slave. That's what Christianity is. That's what church is. Read.
Acts 7:38. This is he that was in the church in the wilderness.
Where was the church at?
In the church in the wilderness.
We were the ones that was in the wilderness when the Lord killed the Egyptians and parted the sea. The church was in the wilderness. We are the church. This is church right now. So do y'all know any commandments? Move over a little bit, Baba Kasha. Y'all know any commandments? You don't know no commandments? You don't even know none of the 10? What about you? Huh? You grew up in a Muslim home? Oh man, she gotta come up. Is she black?
She doesn't practice it as
Hey, brother.
Tell your mama to come up out of that, huh? Hold on, brother. What?
We real brothers.
Yeah, we the real Israelites.
He said that
Right.
we got 63 texts.
This is the real Bible.
You got the 83
We got all 80 books.
No, the 83.
No, brother, you're being bugged out. No, brother. All you need is this King James 16:11. That's all you need. So why don't you go do it and show us how it's done then? No. Go do that and show us.
Right. He said he Ethiopian.
You Ethiopian.
My people is Ethiopia, brother. What I'm trying to
The
tell
Lord
you-
said he got a judgment for the Ethiopians. You know the Ethiopians are going into slavery?
Find the 83 text and wake them up.
Do you know that the Ethiopians are going into slavery? We are woke. Guess what woke us up? This Bible did. I am waking them up the same way that we woke up from the Bible, man. Read this.
Zephaniah.
Listen to this.
Zephaniah 2:12. Ye Ethiopians,
The Lord said, you Ethiopians,
also ye shall be slain by my sword.
the Lord said he's going to kill the Ethiopians and they're going into slavery. Because they had us in slavery. They're going into slavery. We are waking them up. Do y'all know any commandments? All right, brother. Have a good night. That's an Ethiopian right there. Now, you is, weren't you Somalian? Same thing. Atrian, Djibouti. You guys come from Kush. Y'all the same people, man. Yeah, y'all the same. Y'all the same. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed to be a son of Kush. Embrace your heritage as a Kushite. So, sis, do you know any commandments? You don't know no commandments? We're going to show y'all this one right here. Leviticus, read it. All right, Leviticus, we're going to show y'all a commandment. This is a big one that our people break a lot, right? On a daily basis. Read.
Leviticus 11:7. And the swine.
And the what?
And the swine.
What is swine? What is swine? He just said it. Pork. Swine is pork. Read.
And the swine, though he divided the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
Where's that picture at with the pig on it? That little slimy pig. You don't got it? On which one?
It's over there.
Where?
Sun out.
Where's it at?
Right there. You see
That
the
big
pig?
slimy pig?
Yeah.
No, but we had another one with the pig on there with his big slimy face on it. Well, I don't know what happened to him. But read that again.
And the swine,
And the pork.
though he divided the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
What are pork chops?
He is unclean to you.
What are chitlins?
He is unclean to you.
Baby back ribs.
He is unclean to you.
You can't eat pork. We cannot eat pork. You don't eat pork? All praise. What about you, brother? Keep it real. Huh? You can't eat pork.
I have bacon this morning.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. If I gave you a plate with a bunch of maggots crawling all over it, would you eat it? Do you know a pig is full of maggots? So the Lord made a pig. Hold on, sis, calm down. The Lord made a pig to be a trash can. The pig was made to clean the garbage off the earth, because when the Lord created the earth, he didn't create recycling bins and garbage cans. A white man made that. You know why? Because he got us eating unclean foods. So a pig was made to keep the earth clean. That's why you get high blood pressure, diabetes, gout, stroke, tumors, cancer. You get that from eating pork because you're eating garbage. Pigs will eat anything. A pig will eat a body. It'll eat anything. It eats its own feces. Why do you think they so big? So when you eat that pig, you're eating trash, you're eating garbage, you're eating shit.
Yep.
That's why you get sick. That's why your body swell up.
Yep, because you're not supposed to eat it at all.
You're not supposed to eat that pig, man.
No, not a pig eating animal.
So next time you try to eat that pig, remember there's live maggots crawling inside of that meat. You're eating maggots. For real. Read. It's all type of clean meats you can eat. You can eat beef. You can eat chicken. You can eat goat. You can eat turkey. It's all type of clean meats that you can eat. Yeah, we're gonna show you the fishes you can eat. There's fishes that you can eat, and there's fishes that you can't eat. Read.
He is unclean to you.
The pork is unclean.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and of their carcass shall ye not touch.
Can't even touch a pig. Read.
They are unclean to you.
They're unclean to y'all because y'all are Israelites. Israelites cannot touch that stuff. Y'all are special people. Y'all are God's chosen. Read.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the water.
Now he's going to tell you what fishes that you can and can't eat in the waters, right? Read.
Whatsoever have fins in scales.
It has to have what?
Whatsoever have fins in scales.
Now, do those have fins and scales right there? The crab, the lobster, that's what you're eating. So when you eat shrimp, you're eating a roach. A shrimp is just a sea roach. Who? Hey sis, make sure you get us on the YouTube, all right? And watch the videos. Brother, do you eat the shrimp, crab, and the lobster? That's what you're eating. You're eating roaches and spiders and crabs. One is made on, God made one on land, he made one in the water. Those were made to keep the ocean clean. So you can eat the fish that have fins and scales. Read.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever have fins in scales in the waters, in the seas, in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins nor scales in the seas,
All that have not fins and scales,
in the seas and in the rivers, and all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
You hear that? That's an abomination to you, man. You can't eat abominations, man. No more pork, no more shrimp, no more crab or lobster.
That's right.
Can you do that? You sure?
Only fish like fins, scales.
They gotta have fins and scales like red snapper.
So when did you guys
You can eat salmon. No catfish. Catfish don't have fins and scales. Catfish have skin. They don't have scales. Yeah, that's why they all slimy like that.
So we heard it.
I get it. Top scalper right there, man. What? Canaanites. And you're an Edomite, huh?
No, I'm not. I'm a Dietary.
We'll show you. What?
Canaanite.
Show us that word. Show us that word, Canaanite.
Genesis 10:6.
Hold on. Break this down. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Who did this happen to right here? Read it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28,
Yes.
and verse 68.
Yes.
And it reads,
Rejecting
Yes.
his
and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
Yes.
When did the Canaanites go into slavery on ships and be sold as slaves?
I'm not talking about you.
Yes,
Who is
they
that
are.
talking
Yes,
about?
they-
Hold on. So who is it talking about?
It says if you go into Israel before you went by foot, next time you'll go in by ships.
Exactly. Who went into slavery on ships?
America is not Egypt.
Give me that. Read this. Let's see. Read it.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
What is Egypt?
Out of the house of bondage.
What does Egypt mean?
Out of the house of bondage.
Egypt just means bondage, you damn dummy. That's what it means. Egypt means bondage.
Keep screaming.
Hey, now give me Acts 13 and 1. Let's see what the Jews were called. I want you to break this down here. Break this down.
No logic.
This is the book of
He
Acts.
can't even answer that. He can't even answer
I
that.
gave you an answer.
Read.
This is not
This is the
America,
book of
this is
Acts, chapter
America.
13 and verse 1.
So when did the Jews go into slavery in Egypt on ships? You damn dummy. Read.
They
Read.
got their Exodus.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 13 and verse 1. Now there were in the church that was set up in Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon.
These are Jews.
That was called niggers.
All the Jews called.
That was called niggers.
Singled out as the only black
What?
man.
What?
Singled out as the only black man, buddy.
What is he
You are a
talking
damn
about?
dummy, man. The Jews were called niggers. These are Jews. These are Jews that were called niggers. You
Simeon
damn
was
dummy.
singled out, dummy.
What do you mean Simeon was singled out? Read it again.
Who is
This
singled
is the
out?
book of Acts,
Tell
chapter
me
13 and verse 1.
Tell me. To me.
Singled out, buddy.
Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon.
Simeon.
That was called niggers.
That was Barnabas and Simeon called nigger. They was called nigger, you damn dumbass. You're an Edomite, man. Give me 2 Ezra 6 and 9 and get this damn devil up the street. Give me Romans 9 and 13, man. Let's see how God feels about you, man. Because your ass is going into slavery, bro. You're an Edomite. Let's talk about who you are. We're going to talk about who are you in the Bible? Who are you in the Bible? Let's see. Read. You're Esau. Read.
Romans 9 and 13. As it is
He
written.
said Japheth. Yeah, he an Edomite. Read. Hey, but hey, get here, man. Don't do that. Read.
Romans 9 and 13. As it is written. Jacob have I loved.
Jacob have I loved.
But Esau.
But what?
But
This
Esau.
damn devil.
But Esau.
Esau.
Have I hate.
Have I what?
Have I hate.
Have I what?
Have I hate.
God hates your pink ass. Read what you got, man.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 9.
Bring
For Esau is the end of the world.
Esau's what?
For Esau is the end of the world.
The so-called white race.
For Esau is the end of the
You're
world.
the end of the world. Read.
And
And Jacob, the black Hispanic native.
Bring it out. The beginning of it that follows.
Who are we?
It's the beginning of it that follows.
Man, we finna run the new earth, man. We gonna have your ass in slavery, boy. Read what you got.
Jacob and Esau
Oh,
came
but
up
Your ass going into
womb,
slavery.
you
Read.
idiots.
About to drop his phone.
Obadiah
Oh my God.
1 and
Jacob and
18.
Esau came out of the same womb, you idiots.
And the house of Jacob shall be a fire. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire. And the house of Joseph a flame. Read. And the house of East. And the what? And the house of East. And the what? And the house of East. And the what? And the house of East. And the house of Esau shall be stolen. Shall be what? Shall be stolen. What's the pig gonna be? Shall be stolen. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remain. There shall not be what? And there shall not be any remain. There shall not be what? And there shall not be any remain. There shall not be what? And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. For the Lord has spoken.
Your ass is going into extinction, boy, after your slavery, man. It will never be a redneck Caucasian on this earth again after we extinct our pink ass, you damn pig. Your ass up the street, man. We're done with you. You're an Edomite. You're going into slavery. We're done with you, man. Hey, y'all. Hey, brother. Now, you can't eat pork, right? So now, do you know any other commandments? You see that? This is why we tell you this. This is why God says separate from them. He hates you. He hates you. Coming over here calling you an African. He hates you. Look at him. No, he always coming out of camp scoffing. So pink ass up the street and get ready for slavery, man. Hey, man, go hit the treadmill. Go hit the treadmill, man, and burn that fat, man. Go burn that stomach, man. Fat damn Edomite. Get up out of here, man. With that messed up haircut, man. Get your ass up the street, man. You an Edomite. Look at you, man. Look at you. Y'all so damn proud. Why you shaking? Why you shaking? Why are you shaking, Esau? Because I care. Because he been smoking meth. He been smoking meth. That's why. You damn crackers ain't nothing but a bunch of meth heads, man. You're a meth head, man. You're a raging meth head, man.
God is killing you.
Quiet.
Cállate la boca. Just be quiet. God is killing you, and he don't even have to say it or do nothing.
Get your ass up the street,
Walk
boy, and get ready
away.
for slavery,
God
man.
said-
Hey, and invest in some sunscreen. Read that.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 2 and verse 1. Why do the heathens rage?
Why do what?
Why do the heathens rage?
What does the Lord say about this redneck cracker? Read.
Why do the heathens
Hey,
rage?
why you raging, Esau? Get your ass on that train, you bum. Read.
And the people imagine a vain thing.
And the people imagine a vain thing, man. Coming up here running your thin ass cave lips, man. When you're going into slavery. Get your pink ass on that train, man. And go home.
That's right, Esau.
Don't ever come up in this lion thing. Every time you step over here, man, we gonna tear your ass into pieces, man. The so-called white man, your kingdom is over. It's done. Your white privilege is up. It's over with, man. This is not the 1950s. Like we finna sit here and start dancing for your redneck ass, man.
That's right.
Your ass is going into slavery, man. Straight up and down, man. We is not them niggas in the 50s, man. It's over. Them days is done. America is on its last limb. The Lord's going to come back and destroy this place with nuclear missiles, man. And he's only going to save the black, Hispanic, and natives. The Israelites, man, the real Jews, man. Yeah, get your bum ass on that train, man. Where's your car at? This is your kingdom, and you don't even have a car, man. You're a two-time loser, man. A bum. What was you saying?
So eating pork is only 1 of the 10.
That's just one of the 10. That's not even in the 10, though. Yeah, word. We got to keep all the commandments. All 613.
You can look them up.
I'm going to give you another one. Give me Numbers 14.
15.
15. Yeah, 15.
Yeah, they said nigga was in the Bible?
Didn't we just read that?
Yeah.
The Jews was called
I'm like, what
niggas.
the fuck y'all say? You said nigga.
You want us to read it again? Or you read it again?
You said nigga, bro.
Yeah, niggers in the Bible, man. Wow. Hey, this is why they gave us the Christian church, because they don't want us to read. If you notice when you go into a church, no one has a Bible. All them black folks just sitting there waiting to eat pork, man. Overweight and waiting to eat pork. No one's reading the Bible, man. It's a concert.
It's not in the Bible.
Hey, that's there.
That's why you got to open this book and read. Give me Revelation 1 to 3 real fast. Read this.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 3.
Black folks don't read. Go to the average black home. No one's in there gonna be reading.
I'm saying, if you want to hide something from a nigga,
Put it in the
book.
Look, go walk into any black home. What you gonna see? Busting down crack, motherfuckers playing a video game, frying chicken, breaking the weed down, passing blunts around. Ain't nobody finna be reading. So of course they don't understand what's going on in this book, man. Right, read is boring to them. We love reading, man. We love reading, man. Read.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth.
What?
Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy.
The Lord said you're blessed when you read, man. Reading is fundamentals, man. Reading is a good thing. The so-called white man, when they brought us here on ships, did you know that they persecuted us for when they caught us reading? They cut our forefathers' tongues and their eyes out so they wouldn't